Well, we begin this morning with breaking news. Authorities remain on the scene of an officer-involved shooting in Savannah that happened just a few hours ago. Police say they responded near the intersection of Victory Drive and Bull Street in the Starland district a little after 7 this morning. We're told 2 officers were treated for minor injuries. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been called in to respond and are now in charge of the investigation. So far, they have not released any information on what led to the incident. Of course, stay with WSAV throughout the day, both on air and online, for any further updates. WSAV is your local election headquarters. Polls are back open for voters across South Carolina for the state's runoff election. One of the most hotly contested races today is for the Republican nomination for governor of the Palmetto State. Current Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette and Attorney General Alan Wilson are going head-to-head. Yvette finished first in the primary earlier this month, carrying both Beaufort and Jasper counties. Wilson, however, received strong support in other Low-Country counties, including Hampton and Colleton. The race also took an unusual turn Friday when President Trump, who previously endorsed Yvette, announced he was also endorsing Wilson. The winner of this race will advance to November to take on Democratic candidate Jermaine Johnson, who won the primary outright. Other races of interest in today's runoff include the Democratic and Republican nominations for U.S. Congressional District 1. The winners of these races will battle it out in November for the seat vacated by Nancy Mace, who unsuccessfully ran for governor. The Republican nominations for Attorney General, Agricultural Commissioner, and Beaufort County Council District 5 will also be decided. Remember, you must be in line by 7 o'clock tonight in order to cast your vote. We'll have election results beginning tonight on News 3 at 10 and 11, as well as on our website, wsav.com/electionhq. Making headlines this morning, the Vice President is back on American soil following his trip to Switzerland as negotiations with Iran continue without senior officials. As our Washington correspondent shows us, uncertainty remains over the Middle Eastern country's willingness to allow nuclear inspections and the next steps regarding the Strait of Hormuz.
Speaking with Iranian state media on the plane back from Switzerland, Iran's lead negotiator insists the Strait of Hormuz will be controlled by the Islamic Republic. President Trump says that's not the case.
We have total control of the strait. If Iran doesn't live up to their agreement, or if they're not behaving, I will do what I have to do.
Vice President J.D. Vance says Iran will allow nuclear inspectors into the country and the Strait of Hormuz will stay fully open.
Whether good faith or bad faith, you can't trust anybody's words. You have to trust what they actually do.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers are skeptical.
It's outrageous. None of us have gotten a briefing yet.
Democrats are calling on the administration to come answer their questions.
Why is the administration so scared to come to Congress and the American people and defend their war, their deal?
Some Republicans say they're withholding judgment as the 60-day negotiating process plays out.
Do I trust Iran? No. I trust Iran like my gas station sushi. But I support giving peace a chance.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is on his way to the Middle East to meet with other Gulf Arab leaders about where the situation stands. Now, as far as the price tag of all this, although there has not been a formal funding request to Congress, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says the Pentagon needs about $80 billion on top of the $1.5 trillion the Trump administration is already seeking for the next fiscal year's defense spending. Happening now, our 4th annual Schools Out Summer Food Drive benefiting Second Harvest of Coastal Georgia is back on the road. Today's destination, Pooler. We're collecting items for children and families in need until 6:30 tonight at the food line on Highway 80. That is where we find WSAV's Genevieve Blunt. She joins us now live as another day of our campaign gets started. Genevieve, good morning.
Good morning, Kim. This is our 5th stop of the 2026 Schools Out Summer Food Drive, and this is all to benefit the Second Harvest of Coastal Georgia. And today we're once again partnering with Food Lion here. We're off of US Highway 80 here in Pooler. We're going to be here till 6:30 p.m. tonight. Let's take a look at this table. Keep in mind, this is all for the children, and it all benefits them for a free and reduced breakfast and lunch. You can see here that some of the things that you can get to consider donating is fruit cups and applesauce, boxed crackers, single-served vegetables, canned soup, preferably with the pop tabs that are easy for kids to open, along with some canned tuna or chicken. We also got some healthy cereal, peanut butter and jelly, mac and cheese, and pasta. Make sure it's not a glass container, though. That's important to keep in mind. And some ramen noodles. All of this yummy food, all for children to benefit the kids who, while are out of school in the summer, really need an extra boost for nutrition, healthy meals, easy to access at home. And if you can't donate right now, there's the QR code on your screen. Super easy. Pull out your phone. For every $1 that you donate, that's 5 meals that goes to Second Harvest of Coastal Georgia, because they have a wholesale purchase power, which is awesome. And we'll be back throughout the show. The next stop, we're going to be talking to a sweet candy shop, which they're being awesome helping us out here today. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Genevieve. Of course, we'll check back in with you in just a bit. In the meantime, you can find a list of food items that are needed for this year's campaign on our website by visiting WSAV.com/food drive.